Hey, this is Danny again. We are at the second boss down in Southeast Templar, and before we head into the boss or explain the boss fight, I want to make sure that you have completed all of the quests in Southeast Templar. That includes what you should first do, which would be the financial faction. This is where you're going to get your last champion, and the other quests in the area, the class faction quests, and your main quest line, which is going to send you into the Tower of Stone. Let's look at our party real quick. We've picked up our third party member, our third edition, which is the champion of the mercenaries, and we've got her set to deal damage. So we've got two damage dealers, a tank and a healer. Very balanced party. We've got plenty of health potions, and we've upgraded a lot of their gear. So they're wearing the best that they can. Make sure that you've got all of your points spent for all of the other champions. I usually just leave the auto apply on because they apply them pretty well. Now for the boss fight. This boss fight is much more complex than the last one that we faced in the jungle. There are three phases to this boss fight. As soon as you zone in, and I'm going to hit the portal here in a second, I'm not going in yet because the boss fight begins right away. As soon as you zone in, you'll see three spires at the bottom of the screen. So one here, and one here. And these are the same spires that you've seen throughout the Tower of Stone. The red one shoots you, it deals damage and stuns. The blue one deals damage and slows you, and the green one deals damage and it also applies like a poison effect to you. And each of the three phases, or during each of the three phases of the boss fight, a different one of those spires is going to be activated. The first one is going to be the red one. So as soon as we zone in here, the red one's going to start zapping us. And I think it's every 3 zaps. It's also going to spawn a grave crawler that we're going to need to immediately switch to and kill. We can't leave these guys around because they'll threaten to overwhelm us. And all of this while you have to be dealing damage to the boss as well. During the second phase, this is when the boss gets below 75% health, the red spire is going to deactivate and the blue spire is going to activate. Now the blue spire is going to continue to zap you, but in addition to just zapping you and slowing you down, it's also going to spawn these electrical orbs at the place that it hits you. Now if you stand near the electrical orb or anybody in your party, it's going to deal damage over and over again. It deals quite a bit of damage, so it's something that you're going to want to avoid. You're also not going to want to stand near your party members because you can't really control where they move. So during the second phase, you want to stand as far away from anyone else as possible. Once the boss gets below 50% health, it's going to switch to the third phase, which is really the final phase. And in the final phase, the green spire is going to be activated. It's going to zap you and put a dot on you. And every 3 zaps, it's also going to spawn a group of 5 skeletons. Now the skeletons have very low health, but they hit hard. So you're going to want to use one of your area effect abilities. If you're a wizard, this is going to be Shower of Sparks. If you're a ranger, I believe it's Hailstorm. And I'm not sure what it is for warrior off the top of my head, but you want to make sure that you've got all of your abilities. Make sure you visit all of the merchants in your faction camps and buy all of the abilities, because the only way to buy abilities in this game is by visiting those merchants and spending your emblems that you've received through each of the factions. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. We want to make sure that your party members are set to use potions because that'll be important. And here we go. Okay, so I'm going to immediately engage the boss and then move away to get a little bit of room. Notice the spire zapping me. And you also notice at the top there are the 3 pillars. We got an ad spawn from the tower, so I'm going to immediately switch and burn this down as fast as possible. And as soon as we get him down, okay, notice the red one disappeared, and now we're shooting from the blue tower. So I'm going to make sure I stay really far away and spawn in these orbs. If I get too close to the orbs, they will start zapping you. So I'm going to stay far away from them. Okay, so now we're on to the third phase. Just the green one left, and this green one spawns groups of monsters. You have to make sure you use an area attack on them. So I'm using shower sparks. And we're going to burn him down, and as soon as we take out this green one, he's going to frenzy, which means he's going to hit really hard and really fast. So we need to burn him down as quickly as possible. And down he goes. I will go ahead and mention one final thing. For the second phase, when you're dodging from the blue orbs that spawn, it's a lot easier to do if you're a ranger or a wizard because you automatically have ranged attacks. If you're a warrior, it becomes a little bit more problematic because you don't want to stand near your party members. So what you have to do is run in and get some hits in, and then back out and stay away until the orb spawns, and then run back in and get some more hits, and then run back out in order to beat that. So that's the second boss, and we'll be back for the third one.